Hi guys, welcome to Amy's Cooking. In today's recipe, I will be sharing with you how to make this vibrant, rich, flavorful papaya pork soup that tastes absolutely delicious. Now, this recipe calls for very few ingredients. It doesn't really take long to prepare or very difficult to make at all. As a matter of fact, the two main ingredients are baby back ribs and papaya, which I will go over a few tips on how to select the best one later in this video. Along with the pork and the papaya, we have a few other ingredients: salt, sugar, fish sauce, garlic, cilantro, and scallion. Papaya is actually a very versatile fruit. It can be eaten as is, or it can be prepared in different dishes like salads, smoothies, desserts, and of course, soup like the ones we're making today. Not only does it contain lots of different antioxidants, too, it also has up to 150% of your daily recommended intake of vitamin C. Besides these benefits, they're very yummy. Now, you can eat papaya in different stages of ripeness. Less ripe ones are used for soup and salad. However, they contain a lot more latex substances. Therefore, I prefer mine to be more ripe for my recipes. And it will also kind of help add an extra sweetness to the soup as well. Now, the outside of the papaya will need to be washed. Then you want to cut into two pieces, top and bottom. Now, half each side, the top and the bottom, to open the fruit, then cut into large wedges. The seeds will need to be removed, and as well, the skin will need to be peeled. Once you have the seeds removed and the skins peeled, then you will need to cut each wedge into large chunks. The chunks will need to be large enough to hold its shape when we simmer on low heat to release a lot of the nutrients and the juice. Now, once you've got all of the pieces cut up, set them aside and we will prepare the rest of our other ingredients. Cilantro and scallions are used to garnish the soup. You want to wash the cilantro and cut into tiny pieces. Do the same for the scallion. Half of the scallions will be used to cook with the soup, but the rest we will add later right before we serve. Now, as for the meat, we are using baby back ribs. Now, when we select the pork, make sure to avoid porks that are brown or grayish at the edges, especially when you're looking directly at the bone where the cut was made. The color of the meat should be a deep pink. It should not be pale. The texture should be firm, dry. It shouldn't be slimy or wobbly. Now, fresh ribs makes a huge difference in the smell and the taste of the soup, especially when combined with a fruit like papaya. Now, this combination is supposed to give you a very refreshing taste. Now, to the pork, we will add a little bit of black pepper, which I apologize, I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video as one of the ingredients. To that, we'll add the fish sauce, the salt, the sugar, and the garlic, and give it a good mix, then let it rest to marinate for about 15 minutes before we start cooking it. Okay, time to make our soup. Add 1 teaspoon of oil to a large pot over high heat. Make sure that the pot gets enough heat before adding in the oil. Now add in the rest of the minced garlic. Stir it around a few times. Make sure it gets a light golden color on it before we add in the pork. What we're doing here is we're sauteing the pork prior to the addition of water to make the soup. And this actually will help to take away some of the pork smell while the garlic releases its aromatic properties and really do enhance the taste of the pork. You want to allow the pork ribs to get to a light golden color with a nice crust on it. And then at that point, add in the water. Allow the water to come to a boil on high heat. Once it comes to a boil, reduce the heat to medium low and let the pork cook for about 15 minutes. Now and then you want to skim the top periodically to remove all of the impurities. Once the bone has been cooked for about 15 minutes, add in the papaya. You want to continue to cook both for another 15 to 20 minutes. The longer you allow the papaya to cook, the tastier the soup, the more nutrients it will get released into the soup. Now, when both are at the desired texture that you like, add in the rest of the other seasoning, the rest of the salt and the sugar. You may not have to use everything. Add in just a little bit at a time and adjust it to your preference. Now, the last thing we are going to do is add in the rest of the scallions. And once you add in the scallion, just let it continue to cook for about another minute or two, and then that should be ready to served. All right, so this goes really well with white rice, or you can even eat it alone. Just pour it into a bowl and you serve it that way, or you can make it into a fancy dish for a nice dinner. I will tell you that I love to dip the pork ribs into fish sauce that's filled with extra spicy chili peppers. It gives it a very nice kick. Look at this. Doesn't this look amazing? It looks just so delicious. All right, there you have it. Papaya pork rib soup with very few ingredients needed. It's very quick to prepare and pretty simple to make. The papaya is soft, it's tender, melts in your mouth. The soup is very sweet and refreshing. So, I will tell you, I really love this recipe. I hope that you guys will consider giving it a chance. And if you do, please let me know how you like it. Actually, if there's any particular dish that you want me to try making and see my take on it, please comment down below. But again, until next time, enjoy and please like and subscribe.